So, hey, TKN Beauties, we are back with episode 3, The Importance of Mindset When Trying to Grow Your Hair with Rayshone Phillips from the Hair Spa Studios. When we was coming up with this topic, I said, girl, this should have been number 1. Why we ain't make this number 1? But, everything happened for a reason. And I know like part 1, part 2 was so much information. And so a lot of times when you get information, you have to be able to consume it and like process this information. So this was the best time to do it. Like I said, at first I'm like, why we ain't do number 1? But it's good that we're doing this as the last one because they do mindset
Save the best for last.
yes, the best for last. And mindset is really important. So for y'all that are just tuning in, make sure that you go back and you watch episode 1 where we talked about the importance of what is a head spa and the importance of it. And then episode 2, we talked about the importance of scalp care and essential oils. So make sure that you do go back and you watch those. I am the Kiana Nicole, your healthy hair care specialist and CEO and founder of Nora's Hair Care Products. I have Rayshon Phillips with the Head Spa Studios. And girl, why I always, every time I want to say your city, I always think about Cleveland, but then I know you ain't in Cleveland.
No, I'm in actually a suburb. So the closest people know is Youngstown, Ohio, but I live in Boardman. Yes, yes, I'm from Youngstown.
Girl,
Yep,
yeah,
yep,
Youngstown.
Youngstown,
I don't know
Ohio.
why. And I know I be knowing it, but every time that Youngstown would not come in my brain. So who is Rayshon
That's
Phillip?
okay.
Rayshon, we met, like, she's my dear good friend. We're both cosmetologists. She's also a scientist as well. I always say that, mad scientist. But
Math sciences.
we met during her promoting her class for the head spa certification, and we just hit it off, and we've been friends ever since then. And like, so we talk like about every day, and these are the things that we talk about like mindset. We talk about how can we help our customers, our clients, when it comes to hair growth. So we're always doing research, and we're always just coming up with different solutions. And us doing this together, and we have done some lives before, but we never did a 3-part series. So I'm super excited
Hmm.
about this 3-part series. So let me shut up, but and let's get right into it. So
You so funny. You cracking me up. You're cracking me up. So, this title is one of the things that I think it is powerful. I am grateful we saved the best for last, because there's many times that we want to focus on growing our hair, or we want this healthy hair, but we don't recognize that anything that you do starts with your mindset. Because you think about it, sometimes when you're growing your hair and say you need a big
mhm.
chop, that's traumatic. It can be traumatic. You got to get this big chop. You got to get all your hair cut off because of whatever reason. Maybe your split ends are really severe, or maybe you didn't know they weren't that bad, or maybe you have chemicals on your ends already. And so you are trying to combat that. That can be a traumatic experience. So there's other things that you need to prepare for, as well as just the fact that you might need a big chop. Think about when you're doing a healthy hair journey, and when you're getting started with that, you must make a budget for your hair care, your scalp care plan. It is an investment. If you're somebody who has not been getting their hair done, not investing in hair care or scalp care, it's something that you need to put in your budget so that you can always maintain that consistency. It's like when you're getting ready to go on a diet, and Kenyatta, you have the most amazing weight loss journey, and you know that there were things that you needed to prepare in order to be
Mhm.
successful. In order to be successful in that journey, these are the same things when I talk to my clients about their hair care journey. I don't just tell them, okay, yeah, we're gonna grow your hair, girl. No, yes, we're gonna grow your hair, but this is how we're gonna do it. If you need
Mm-hmm.
trims, you need to be prepared and understand that you're going to need a regular trims. This isn't something that you're just going to get one time and then 3 years later you talking about, I think I need another one. This is something that you want to do maintenance
Right.
trim. So if you have a full head of healthy hair, your hair is all the way healthy, you don't have any split ends, I recommend taking a look at your ends at 3 to 4 months. If they don't look like they're bad in 3 to 4 months, you can go to about 6 months without getting a trim and be just fine. What I think about when I think about trimming is I think about other ethnicities. They don't cut their hair like that. The white folks, Japanese folks, Oriental folks, Asian folks,
Mm-hmm.
Hispanic folks, they don't cut their hair every 4 to 6 weeks or 6 to 8 weeks to make it grow. They do not. The reason that came and even a thing, that 6 to 8 week thing, is because in order to maintain a hairstyle, what I mean by maintaining a hairstyle, if you got a pixie cut, if you got a bob that you want to keep that length, if you let your bob go 2 months, if you let it go 8 weeks, it's not gonna be bobbing no more. It's gonna be longer and it's not gonna look the same. And so that is where that concept of 6 to 8 weeks came in. It is for style maintenance. So if you have somebody who does have a short pixie cut, if their hair is short and if they're getting that means that that pixie cut is grown out. If they wait 8 weeks for another cut, that hair grown out. It's like a taper. If you've
Right.
ever had, I had short hair before. Girl, I give me a taper on the sides. That little half an inch I be looking like an afro on the sideburns. So just thinking about
Right.
what just preparing yourself mentally for the things that the some of the changes that you might have to bring in on to your journey. That is what I'm talking about when it comes to mindset. Another thing, I definitely want to get your insight on this as well, Kenyatta. But another thing that I think about is clients who don't have particularly care about their water intake. Well, if you're on a healthy hair journey, that's something that you need to mentally deal with because you're going to need to be drinking your water. You're going to need to be taking care of that portion of so that I can help you on the end. So I can help you on the outside. You need to be helping yourself on the inside. And that sometimes takes a mindset shift for people because I don't know how they go do it. But I don't know. People who don't drink water is weird to me. It's weird to
Yeah,
me.
it's you have to drink water. Like our body needs a certain amount of water, a day anyways.
Hmm.
Like when I don't get my water intake in, girl, I'm waking up in the middle of the night like my throat is so
Mhm.
dry. Like I feel like I'm about to
Mhm.
die. I'm like,
Yeah.
don't take me now.
Yeah.
Let me just drink this water. So I keep water. I'm gonna drink it. I hear you. So I keep my water and on my bed. And another thing too, like people don't realize. Like I remember, oh, you gotta drink a gallon of water. You gotta drink a gallon of water, and it's like, no, you only have to drink half the amount of your body weight in ounces. That's it. And that's your daily recommendation. You just
That's
drink the
it.
water because we do have to be hydrated from the inside out. But I also too wanted to touch on when you were saying, how it's so important to the mindset and planning. Because do you ever notice this, right? Because I do this with myself. Soon as I want to change, when I'm ready for a change and I'm on a different part of my journey, and y'all just seen that in the full effect. Y'all just saw it. And it's so crazy that we're talking about this because I'm getting chills because I'm like, oh my God. Because I didn't even realize that. Every time as a woman, I don't know about men, but as a woman, when we are on a
Mhm.
different part of our journey in our life, a different life experience, the first thing we do is with our hair, whether we want to cut it,
Mhm.
dye it,
Color it.
fade,
Yeah.
color it, add
Mhm.
something to it. But it's the first thing. And the reason what I came up with that conclusion was, it's like that's what give us that instant gratification.
Mhm.
Like we can
Yeah.
immediately see results. Anything else,
Yeah.
it takes time. Weight loss, it took
Mhm.
time. It took me
Mhm.
30 some years to get to my goal weight.
You're so funny. But yeah,
But
yeah, it definitely is. It's an all over mindset thing. Just any type of journey that you're on. In the beginning of the journey, when you begin, when I started my, how about not my healthy hair journey, but my healthy mind journey, I had to again start with my mindset. I know that that sounds like a double conundrum, but literally, in order for me to fix my mind, I had to literally look back at my mind and think about what is it in this process that is making me confused. How do I want to see myself? So having that idea of where I am right now. And so I had to do like a survey, and you should do that same thing with your hair. Survey your hair. To your client, if you're a stylist, survey your client's hair when they come in. Give them a survey. What problems are you having now? If they're not having any problems, what are your hair goals? Where do you want to be? And you can give them a realistic. If they're like, oh, I want long hair, how long? Where do you want it to
mhm.
fall? And then show them some measurements, get some numbers in there, back yourself up, and just instead of just saying these are just the before and afters, give yourself a timeline so that way you can monitor how their journey is traveling, because that helps you understand whether what you're doing is working for them. So if, or
Right.
if you're
That's
if
good.
you're if you're it just make sure, because not every client is the same. And then sometimes it ain't even your fault. How about sometimes they ain't doing the shit you told them to do?
How about a lot of times?
Yeah.
How about, so that goes back, that goes to mindset. When we give, like, we're on here and we're giving y'all the information, you have to apply it. So you got to figure out, why am I not? Like, why do I know what to do all the time? Why can I
Right.
always tell other people what to do, but I'm not doing it myself? So you got to
Hmm.
tap into yourself, because I've done this a lot too. I'm speaking to myself. I've done it a lot. But the thing is, I do evaluations, like you say. I do self-evaluations, and I'm like, okay, Kenyatta, you know when they say on airplane, you need to start putting on your vest first, and then you put on
Hmm.
somebody else's vest. So
Hmm.
that's what we're talking about when we were talking about mindset. You have to do the things that's best for you first. Yes, we're
Yeah.
mothers, we're wives, girlfriends, sisters, aunts, and we have a lot of responsibility. But we got to get out of that and start putting ourselves first. If that require you getting up an extra 30 minutes just to do a woosah, just to sit there and not do nothing, just get your thoughts together. Just
Hmm.
live in gratitude. Like me and Rayshon, we do a lot of things. Like we do meditations, journaling.
Yep. Yep.
I'm working on it. You know, I be in and out on the journaling.
You, oh, I know you, but you're doing, the thing about it is that you recognize the importance, because it's not about the journey. It's not about being perfect in the journey. It's about recognizing it. And I love that you do that, because you really set the example for people. So just because you didn't journal yesterday doesn't mean that you don't journal. You do journal. You just
Mhm.
want to, maybe you want to be more regular with journaling. You know what I mean? So
Yes,
just
that's
being
it.
just, you know what I mean? But that means something. And sometimes it can be difficult to sit down and journal. You don't know what to write. I know I get to the points I'll be like, today was a good day,
Right.
period. See you tomorrow. I mean, and like it just is what it is. And then some days you
I'm
have a
so
lot to
happy and so
write.
grateful. You know, you start.
Yes, yes,
Yeah, yeah.
yes. So just being aware of what it is that you want, where you are at that moment. I think that is it is a big help when people come in and they actually prepare to get that hair cut off. They're like, oh my God, you know what? I've not been taking care of my hair. I've been wearing braids. I know I'm going to need a big chop. They're mentally prepared for that haircut, and so they understand that it's time from, they recognize that they're not, but when you get somebody, I don't know, I had a young lady who was in my chair who was not mentally prepared. This is what I'm talking about, mindset, when it comes to your healthy hair journey. She was not mentally prepared to get to happen what she needed to happen. And so she sat
Mhm.
down and I talked to her. I always talk to my clients about what it is that they need trimmed off. her hair was very fine, but it was very, very, very broken at the ends. Like it was,
Mm.
it was like she had these two pieces right that was long down here. You know what I
Wow.
mean? And she was like, yeah, my hair is long. And girl, I'm just two pieces, you know, like literally. And so I spoke with her and I told her, I said, the back is broken up very, very bad. What do you want to get trimmed? Are you okay with this? She says yes. So I parted the bottom part and I began to trim her hair. I look up in the mirror, she crying.
Oh Lord.
I said, uh, we not gonna do this. You grown. I'm not cutting your hair because I'm not about, I'm just not. If you want to
Yeah.
keep your hair, you that we not doing this. You want to you literally you I want to say what I want to say because I feel like when we get on the phone, I'll be like, you know, this one of the
Right, right, right,
but
right.
for real, y'all know he's filling in the blanks, okay? But I couldn't believe it. I'm like, are you kidding me? You grown as hell. I didn't talk to you about what you're gonna get cut off, and now you want to sit here and cry in my chair like I'm a cut. Girl,
But
bye.
what you
Girl, bye.
want,
I just
but you know what? Now, okay, think about it like this. Remember, I just said
yeah,
it's
I
not
thought about it.
remote.
I thought about it. There was some letting go that she needed to do. I thought about it at that moment. That's why I stopped. I said, you know, are you sure that you're
Yeah.
ready to get to go on this journey? And she was not sure. So I just stopped.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that
You
was
see what I
good.
mean?
That was good.
I just
Because she
stopped.
would have
So
been
I mean,
traumatized.
yeah, I'm not. I don't even know why the hair wasn't. It fell out. She had to come back. She came back and ended up getting the same damn haircut. But that day wasn't the day. Okay,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
mindset was not ready. Her mindset was not ready that day, and so I was not getting ready to take her to a place that she wasn't ready to go. Girl, you can stay home. This is not. You do not got to come. That's exactly how. But you know, I mean. I was happy that eventually she came back and she understood. She even apologized for crying, but I told her ain't no need to apologize, but
yeah,
literally get yourself right here. Get yourself right here and educate yourself because not everybody is going to be educated enough to give you what you need. You do not have to get all your split ends cut off at one setting. That's not the
yeah,
requirement. It is
yeah.
not the requirement. If you're not ready to get all your hair cut off at one time, don't cut it off. Hair
Wait,
is
let me
dead
tell you this.
anyway.
Let Let me tell you this. I love the fact when we first connected and you started saying that because I used
Hmm.
to always like when I first got into the industry in the salon, and I would tell my clients that I'll say, "Hey, I'm gonna show you where you need your hair trimmed at, but if you're
Hmm.
not comfortable, we can gradually trim your hair." And
There you
some
go.
you have that say, cut it all off, I'm good. And some they really appreciate that because I understand like people are still dramatic, like still traumatized from when they got their hair cut 20 years ago and somebody cut their hair
They
too
really
short.
are.
So that's
Hmm.
the real thing. And so as
It is a real
hairstylists,
thing.
look, I'm talking to my hairstylist now. For hairstylists, you
Hmm.
have to be mindful of that. Don't let this internet fool you and trick you and say when they doing these cuts, but they're not really explaining your client is in your chair for a service, and you have to, it's a
Hmm.
compromise, and y'all have to work together. So I love the fact of what you did. You stopped and you was like, you're not ready, because then she would have been mad as
Right.
shit at you and you wouldn't have never seen her no more
Right.
because she
Right.
wasn't
And I
ready. You
mean,
know, you
yeah, and we just really gotta do we have to do better at that. Another thing that I think is such a misconception is everybody is talking about this ability to see through the hair. If you can see through it, so the density of the hair closer to the root is more dense, and then at the end it kind of gets a little
mhm,
translucent. All of that needs to go. That is not the truth. Hair comes out of the hair follicle as a point. When the hair
mhm,
doesn't, it grows out of the hair follicle pointed. So let's say these the way my fingers are sitting here, this is the point, okay?
mhm,
And the hair, if we when we cut the hair, it goes flat like this. So when we cut that hair off and it tries to push up through the follicle, that sometimes can cause ingrown hairs. We know that because why? Well, sometimes when you cut your hair off, you get an ingrown hair. And you know, when you cut it off, you're more likely to get an ingrown hair. That is because that hair is cut like this. It's straight. And so it's trying to get through the little hair follicle, but it doesn't. Sometimes it doesn't. It might lean to the side. And if it's stuck on the end, it's just going to grow around and get curly. It's, you know what I mean? And it gets coiled inside. But when hair actually grows naturally, it
Yeah.
grows out in a point so that it can go through the hair follicle without getting stuck on each side. So hair naturally tapers at the end. And that is a natural occurrence.
Mhm.
It does not mean that your hair is not healthy on the ends, because hair doesn't grow with a blunt end like that. It doesn't grow with
Right.
this blunt end. We're not growing our hair from bald. We're growing our hair from here. It's coming. It's already out. We That doesn't mean that just because the hair is tapered that it's thinner and you need to get rid of all of that. We're literally traumatizing people by telling them that, because the hair at the root can be more compact, which means it's less see-through. How about you can comb the hair down and you have the hair on the bottom has a white surface, because you have a white cape on your client, so it's
Mhm.
easier to see that. But that does not mean that that hair is all damaged on the bottom,
Right.
because if the hair grows, the way the hair grows is out like this across our head, all the way around. Hair does not grow from it. So this, at the top of our head, we got hair to grow up this way. We got hair to grow up this way. We got hair to grow
Mhm.
up this way. In our nape, we got hair to grow down this way. So that's why all the time when you grow your hair in the back, it's typically longer than the sides, because the sides got further to go.
Right.
That is the truth. The sides got further to
Right.
go. So that, hey, this hair over here, it got to come all the way from up here, all the way down here. But this hair back here, just starting right here, and it just go right there. It's just that little tiny bit. So there's a big difference. So being knowledgeable about that is super, super important. It helps you. First of all, you don't even have to use the knowledge. Using the knowledge, knowing this helps you educate your client better.
Mhm.
If you're when you're doing this and your client is asking questions, so you get a knowledgeable client in your chair that wants to understand their hair growth journey, that is the best client to have,
Girl,
because
because
you can literally, they care, they want to know. You can educate them. It don't mean that they're gonna go somewhere else. They don't want to go to nobody else. What it does is it lets them know that
right.
you have that expertise. They want to know how smart you are. And if you can show them that, demonstrate them, not by boasting, but just by educating them, it
Right.
changes the game for what it is that how you present yourself as the expert in your field. So that's why I think it's so powerful. We talked about that microscope and understanding what you see under that microscope. That's why it's so powerful to understand what you see and not just show them, oh, this is a hair follicle. Well, they could see that. You know what I mean? You want to talk to them about their pores getting clogged and all these different things. So be educated, be making sure that you are not only talking to your clients about their journey as far as they go, but talk to them about their mindset and how they need to be prepared for this journey. Let them know, find a way to give them a 6-month plan. So, like, listen, in this 6 months, you're going to get your hair trimmed twice. We're going to trim it every 3 months, because you have some split ends. Your trims are this amount. So that means that in 3 months we'll schedule you. This will be your total. Like, literally give them a documented process and help. That way they literally know, like, oh, okay, oh yeah, I need to make sure
Right.
my appointment is my appointment 150 next time I'm getting the trim.
All that.
It just
And
helps them. It just Go
another
ahead.
thing too, New Year's is coming up. New
Yeah, it
Year's, we a
is.
few days, look, a month, less than a month away from New Year's, I believe.
Not
And
yet, not yet, but close.
okay. So, girl, it's coming up. So, during the New Year's, and people never think about this, but start thinking about this. Put your hair journey on your New Year's vision board.
Mm-hmm.
I love this. I had a client, and I remember when I kind of first got back into the industry, and I had a campaign, and I would say that. And
Mm-hmm.
I was like, well, I need to start back doing that. But she was like, okay, this is the style that I want. I want this style first. Then after this, I want this style. Then after this, I'm gonna do this. Then I'm gonna do this. So she had 4 things in her mind. And I was like, girl, that is so good. I was like so happy
Yeah.
because it's very important. But then one of those styles, she wasn't gonna be able to get it. So by her
Right.
knowing that already, she was like,
Mhm.
oh, that makes sense. You right. So even
Right.
planning out your hairstyles, planning out your hair journey, like what you have, correlate your hairstyles with your vacations. So if a vacation is coming up and
Yep.
you want to get braids, then okay, at this appointment, I'm going to make sure I have my treatment done. I'm gonna make sure, like
Mhm.
whatever my scalp treatment, my hair treatment, make sure do I need my ends trim or do I need my ends trim after I come from out of the braids. So
Right.
having that is so refreshing. Like a lot of my clients are like that right now, and it's helpful for both of us, and they love it. They
Yeah.
love doing it like that.
It is. It is. So, I mean, just with that being said, because I know we're coming up on time, it just
Yeah, girl, that time be
when
going
you
by
are
fast.
it really does. It really does. But when you're doing anything, you need to start with your mindset first. And hair care, scalp care is no different. It is no different. Like Kenyatta just said, she said it makes it easier for you, but it also makes it easier for us because we put out a plan and now we know where we want to go. We have the idea. And in Kiana's example, she was able to actually let her client know this is not an achievable style, and so she was able to like be like, oh, okay, well, let me find another one. Right there, that is an expert in its finest. That is the why we exist and why we are so important as a stylist that truly, truly cares about your client on their inside and their out. So I employ each stylist out there to not just think about your client's hair, not just to think about their scalp, but also to think about their mindset when it comes to their journeys, individual journeys. This is something that again is has been not it's not really prominent. It's been left out, but as cosmetologists, it's imperative that we keep their mindset and prepare them mentally for the things that they're going to need to be prepared for when it comes to that journey.
Yes, and you said it so well. So I hope y'all enjoyed our 3-part series. Honey, this is not the last. Like as we were doing this, more things started coming to my mind. I'm just that type of person. And so
Uh-huh.
I hope this was really helpful. Make sure, let us know in the chat, what journey are you on? Are you on a healthy hair care journey right now? What are some of the things that you are working on when it comes to your hair? Um,
Right.
'Cause we're here to help you. We are really here to help you. No question is a dumb question, and we got to get away from that. You don't know what you don't know, and that's why you're on YouTube and you're searching, or you're on the line and you're searching. But we are here to help you when it comes to your healthy hair care journey, when it comes to your scalp health as well. So thank y'all again for tuning in for this 3-part series. I hope y'all enjoyed it because I really enjoyed it. Make sure that
Yes,
you,
yes.
if y'all are not following either one of us, make sure that you click the link below and you follow us because I will have all of our information tagged in the description as well. If you are a licensed cosmetologist and you are looking to help your clients when it comes to hair growth, scalp care, make sure that you tap in with Rayshon Phillips with the scalp kit with the head spa certification course. Girl, I began tongue twisted,
That's okay. That's okay.
but she is a wealth of knowledge. I took the course as well, and now I'm able to further, even though I have my own product line, I'm still able to further help my clients and my customers when it comes to their healthy
Hmm.
hair care journey. So I'm super excited.
I
When does
think the
your new
microscope
class start?
analysis, yeah, I think the microscope analysis and your hair oil really goes hand in hand. What I would love to see is once you've put the oil on your client's scalp, I would love for you to do a microscope analysis so that we can see the moisture like inside of. I think that would be really cool, like before and
Thank
after.
you. That's going to happen next week. That's happening this week.
But
Thank you. Let me
yes,
go charge my microscope up. Let me go. And I got another idea. Yes, thank you,
yes,
honey. I
yes.
love it.
Yeah. And so my next class starts January the 28th of 2024. But I do want to let you guys know right now you can enroll in the course. It is going to be 10% off starting Black Friday. And so what that does is I just want to encourage, give you guys a small discount. So actually it's a big discount because if you get the deluxe course, you're actually saving like $1,000 on the course. So what I would like to do is to get you guys in there so that we are preparing. Remember, if you are starting in 2024, you're late. You're late because the year has already started. By January of 2024, we are one third a part of the quarter is done. One third of it, because it's 3 months to a quarter. So you need to be proactive in getting yourself prepared to offer this service for 2024 because right now my phone is ringing. I'm getting a call almost every day of stylists who are ready to prepare to take this course. So it is not something that how about it is something that is not only important for you as a stylist, but it's so imperative for your clients. And girl, let me tell you, when the salon down the street start offering that service and they get booked out for months and you still sitting there twiddling your fingers thinking if you should do it, you'll know. I'm telling y'all, check me out. Remember
And
the
I
Head Spa
sent it.
Studio on
It happened.
Instagram and check out the website, theheadspastudio.com.
All right. So make sure y'all follow up again. Tap in if you're looking for hair care products to help you on your healthy hair care journey. That's going to help with hair growth, hair moisture, and help with scalp care. Make sure that you go to Nora Products on Instagram, and the shop is theknstore.com. Thank y'all again for tuning in. I love y'all, and I will see you soon. Thank you again, friend. Talk to you soon.
You're welcome. Yes, ma'am. Bye bye, y'all. Oh, yeah, let me go this way so y'all can see my nails.
Ah.